I don't feel good at all.
I can tell.
I don't want to go on the vacation.
I'm aware.
What are we doing tomorrow?
We're going to London.
Going to London. Are you ready for it?
Nope.
No? Are you prepared?
I'm as ready as I'm going to be.
You have packed for the entire family?
I've packed so much stuff. My last trip, I didn't get to pack enough stuff. We were limited on bags. But this time, I am taking full advantage.
Oh, I know.
Of the bags.
How many times have I been yelled at for packing incorrectly?
No one's yelled at you.
Maybe not yelled, but there's been a tone.
Babe, you put your dirty shoes on top of your clean clothes.
I asked you.
Oh, I gotta sneeze.
No one look. Bless you. Bless you. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Best Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Rueseler. I've decided to go on a quest to find the best of everything. Unfortunately, anytime somebody tells you that something is the best, it's just their opinion. So I thought that I would sit down with some of the coolest people I know and ask them what their best of everything is and see if we can't get to the bottom of it. I'm joined today with my lovely, beautiful, talented, brilliant wife, Kelli Ann, coming to you straight from
our bed.
Our bed. And despite what it may look like, this is a family-friendly episode. I have come up with a couple slides to help get things going because my wife has told me that she is not someone who can just come up with an answer. She has to be given options. So we're going to be looking at some slides that myself and my daughter have created, and hopefully from there we can get some answers out of it. Our first slide it's got 3 different television shows on there, and I would like you to tell me what you think the best is. We've got Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, and Criminal Minds.
Criminal Minds.
Really? Yeah. What makes those better than the other? Or what makes Criminal Minds better than the others?
I don't care about his drugs.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, Breaking Bad's drugs.
We watched it, though.
We did watch it, but it was not... We did not enjoy it. It was so hard to get through.
Yeah, it really was. Towards the end, I was like, just go on and die already. I didn't care. I didn't care.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones? What was your problems with Game of Thrones?
Too many boobs.
Too many
boobs. I really don't remember that much about the show, honestly, other than it was just all kinds of inappropriateness. I just remember we watched it. It was when I was recovering from my back surgery, and I couldn't go anywhere. And we were like, well, everyone keeps talking about how great it is. Yeah. And the final season had just come out, so we were like, why not binge it all the way through? Not worth it. Not worth it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, but there's some good episodes and some good parts. I mean, probably, but I don't remember them. Yeah, but you remember Criminal Minds. Jon Snow? Was that the guy's name? You know nothing, Jon Snow. That's it. King of the North. That's what you... King of the North. Yeah, that's sometimes when we're listening to the Bible, and Father Mike says that Jeroboam was the king in the north. I'm like, King in the North! King in the North. It's weird how often Game of Thrones and the Bible intersect, you know? A lot of times. I don't think about Game of Thrones, though. Just the King in the North. That comes to my mind. Yeah. Yeah. Who is the best character on Criminal Minds? Morgan. And I love Garcia and their relationship. Romance, not romance? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I thought you were going to say Spencer Reed. No. What about Prentice or what's his name? I like Prentice, who's Joe Montana. I mean, he's fine. He's fine. I like JJ. Hotch? You don't like Hotch? I don't know. Hotch is fine. He was not my favorite, but the episode with Haley and I don't know. His kid, and I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't watched it because they should. That is an awesome episode. Awesome. Who is the best like murderer unsub on Criminal Minds? I don't know. You gotta have a favorite. I don't know. I don't know. There's so many. There's like, what now, 15 seasons? 14, 15? We haven't even seen the new one, but it doesn't have Morgan in it, so.
Well, that's because he went off and did SWAT.
He did, and I'm working through SWAT, but he really should be on Criminal Minds because that was the best. Way back. Yeah.
All right. Right. Our next slide has 3 different musicians on it. We have Beyonce, Rihanna, and Taylor Swift. Who is the best musician?
I don't know. I like different things about all of them.
Okay.
But I think that Taylor Swift is probably the...
Really?
Mm-hmm. Well, Rihanna does a lot of... She's got a lot of stuff that I would say Yeah, I mean, it's catchy, but there's stuff...
You hated that song. Every time it would come on the radio, you'd be like, ah!
Yeah, absolutely hated that one. But I do have 1 or 2 of her albums that I loved. I haven't listened to in a long time, so I don't know if I even know them anymore. And I loved Beyonce whenever she was with Destiny's Child, and I loved the beginning Beyonce. Like,
you love beginning solo career Beyonce,
yes,
but not...
But I haven't really followed it. And the same with Taylor Swift. I loved Taylor Swift in the beginning, and I don't listen to her much anymore. Maybe that's just because of motherhood. And I was like, haven't listened to as much.
I think Beyonce probably has the best catalog of music that I'm familiar with. I don't know hardly any Taylor Swift songs except for like when she was still country.
Yeah.
But even then it wasn't really country. And Rihanna, I know some of her music, but not a ton of it. I really liked All of the Lights with her and Kanye West. Yeah, but I mean, is there anything better than Single Ladies by Beyonce? I mean,
if you do the dance. Stand up in the bed.
No, I'd still be out of camera.
But it's okay.
Maybe we would just get a shot of my dislocated knee.
Do you remember when we went to the Wax Museum, Madame Tussauds or whatever in Nashville, and they had Beyonce, and you did the dance?
I do.
And Grayson was hanging from the camera, like
just swinging. Yeah, we're like, whoa, no. Yeah.
Good times.
I don't know if I could name 5 Taylor Swift songs if I had to.
You want to try?
Yeah, kind of.
All right, try.
I Stay Out Too Late. I don't know what it's called, but I know that. And the Romeo and Juliet one, and I'll Write Your Name. What's that one? Again. So I'm like 0 for 3 right now because I don't know any of the titles. I don't know any of the titles.
Uno más.
I don't know. I don't know her music. I don't know. What's the one where she's like I don't know. What was the one where it was like her and like she was like a secret agent in the music video and she was throwing knives and stuff?
Bad Blood.
Because you say we got bad. Yep. And Kendrick Lamar came out. Yeah. So there's one.
But you didn't know the title.
Oh, please.
I had to tell you.
Beyonce, Single Ladies, Halo, If I Was a Boy, If I Was a Man.
Reba did that too.
Well, but Beyonce did it better. You can't count Destiny's Child stuff for Beyonce, can you? Yeah. When no one is Crazy in Love.
Best.
That was such a good song when it came out.
Dangerously in Love by Destiny's Child. Oh, I loved that.
I Want a Soldier. What? That one? Mm-hmm. Do you remember Bills?
Oh, do I?
Pay my automobile.
Pay my telephone bills.
No, but to the left, everything you own in a box to the left. There's another one. There's was it Girls?
Run the World?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Run the World, Girls. Yeah, that one was a good one too.
I didn't like that.
Rihanna. Basically, I could name
the Home soundtrack.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The soundtrack from the movie Home. What is the purpose for your face?
What is the purpose of your face?
Sorry. All right, best country.
Hey, that's impossible.
The best country music artist. We have 4 options here. There's Chris Stapleton, George Strait, Kenny Chesney, and Tim McGraw. And I purposely put these 4 in here just to watch your face change colors. I know who I'm going with.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I know who you're going to say. You're going to say him, and he's wonderful.
Chris Stapleton.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So can I just rank them in order of my heart?
I guess. Yeah.
King George.
Really?
Yes.
He's number 1?
Yes.
I only know one song.
Well, you were deprived as a child of
I think I was
the love of George Strait. Kenny Chesney has my heart. Oh my goodness.
You just said okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Well, he was the best from the beginning, okay?
I dare you.
Check yes or no.
I dare you to put Chris Stapleton in 4th.
I'm not.
Okay, good.
And no offense to Tim McGraw, because I also love Tim McGraw, but he did not hold the place in my heart that Kenny did. I loved Kenny Chesney. I cannot stress it enough.
I know.
I loved him. And I won't talk about all of the things that my family and I did on camera. But
I'm sure it's...
George, Kenny, Chris, Tim.
No. I would say...
from all of their music as a whole.
Chris, Kenny, Tim, George. I know one song by George.
Tim before George?
Yes, I know one song from George Strait.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
All My Exes Live in Texas. And the only reason I know that song is because it was in a Drake song.
Texas.
He says, all my exes live in Texas like I'm George Strait.
See?
That's how I know that.
And
then I've heard a billion people say his name, but I know I don't care.
Sorry. Good. So good.
You can't tell, but Chris Stapleton is so much better. So much better than the rest of them. Like his voice, you can't tell me that his voice isn't. And his guitar, who plays better guitar than Chris Stapleton?
Keith Urban.
Yeah, but he's not even American. He's a poser. He's Australian. So you can't be a country music singer and be from Australia. That's like...
Clearly you can, and he's doing very well.
Whatever. It's only because he didn't make it in rock and roll.
I don't know why you just did that to me, sir.
You're right. That was uncalled for. But I still don't think Keith Urban is in the top 10.
I didn't say that he was in the top 10. I said he plays guitar better.
But these clearly are the best of country music has to offer, right? Until fucking watch. Don't. Now I'm not going to be able to get through customs tomorrow. Because you've inked me.
And you would thank me because you don't even want to go.
It's so weird to plan a vacation around a funeral. It is. It's strange.
It is. It's not even a funeral, though. They refused to give her a funeral. It is a memorial service. A very delayed memorial service.
Very delayed. 6 months later.
More. It's more than that.
Well, you're right. I can't argue with that. All right. So we've pretty much answered this question.
We're good.
You say George.
Yeah.
George, Kenny, Chris, Tim. No.
I love you, Kenny.
No. Chris, if you're listening, I know how to respect you. Okay, we've got...
You would understand where I was coming from.
Our next question, we have diced what would you call those?
Potatoes.
Home style potatoes,
sure.
Home fries, like you would get for a breakfast. They're home fries. That's what they're diced cube potatoes and hash browns.
Call them what you want. Hash browns.
Really? You don't go. I gotta tell you, I really enjoy a good home fry. It's hard to beat, and I feel like hash browns, they're either way too done or not done enough, and no matter what, it's just going to be a greasy brick.
It's not a brick at all. It's crisp and then it's soft.
But it's a greasy brick.
But it's not a brick. It's not. These are the home style or home fries or whatever.
And just so anybody who's listening, we're looking at hash browns that look kind of like McDonald's hash browns.
Now,
so
I'm not saying that McDonald's hash browns are better, but these.
That's what I'm basing it off of, because it looks like McDonald's hash browns. McDonald's hash browns, they're delicious, but you eat one or two, and then next thing you know, you're like, whoa, I feel like I just ate like a sponge that was soaked in grease. But home fries are good. Home fries, if you go to a breakfast restaurant... I am not going to
discriminate. I love potatoes. You know how much I love potatoes.
No, I know. But I'm just saying, if I go to a restaurant, say I go to some breakfast restaurant, and they come out with home fries with your omelet or whatever, top notch.
Cover the home fries in cheese, and they win.
Cheese?
Yeah. But not like parsley or whatever that green stuff is.
Get those vegetables out of here.
Oh, please.
Vegetables have no room with potatoes.
Potatoes are vegetables.
I know, that was the joke. It's funnier when you explain it. So. Okay, next we've got please just the next slide we have Canadian bacon, which is just ham, then bacon and sausage. So what's the best breakfast meat? If you're gonna eat a hearty breakfast, what are you having with it? So you got some scrambled eggs, you got your potatoes, either hash browns or home fries, and then you get to pick a meat option, a protein.
I would normally go with sausage.
Really? Okay, so...
Yeah, but if the sausage has those really hard pieces in it, meat's not my thing. And if I bite something hard inside of like a burger or a piece of sausage or whatever, what is it? Like a gristle? I don't know.
Gristle?
I didn't say gristle.
No, I know.
But I bite it and it just sends this chill. It's disgusting. I hate it. And then I'm like, I never want to eat meat again. I hate it. But the Canadian bacon, just ham.
It can be done right.
I like ham.
Yeah, especially if you kind of like chop it up and you put it in like an omelet or scrambled eggs or whatever, but I've got to go with bacon. I mean, bacon is my thing. Do you prefer a sausage patty or a sausage link?
Patty.
Really? Yeah. See, I would go with link, and then you cut them up, and they would just become like little bite-sized sausage morsels, and then you mix it in with your eggs or home fries.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo, girl!
Ooh,
Let's
child.
go. Ooh, child. Things are gonna get easier.
Ooh.
We don't own the rights to this music. Someday. All right, next slide. We've got pancakes versus waffles. What is the best breakfast food?
Pancakes.
Really? You would take...
I love waffles, but right now I'm feeling a pancake. Look at that butter.
I know. For those of you listening,
people can see what we're looking at.
Well, if they get on YouTube and type in ER Comedy, you can find full episodes of this podcast, full video episodes of this podcast, and people can follow along with us if they'd so choose. But I didn't include French toast in there. Does French toast waive your answer? See, I didn't do it because I just don't think that it's playing for keeps. I think that in the breakfast world, when it comes to a buttery, syrupy hunk of carbs, it really is two camps. There's waffles and pancakes. I don't think French toast even really belongs in the conversation. Like, yeah, it's okay. It's an acceptable third. But it's not planned for...
I do love waffles. I used to love waffles more than pancakes, but I don't know what has changed. The pancakes are...
I think I'm going to go with a pancake, because when you get to the center of a pancake...
Yeah.
Where the butter's been sitting and a little bit of syrup gets on top, and it's just real soft and real... Ooh, that's a...
Delicioso.
That is a game changer right there. Waffles can be overdone, too.
Yeah.
They can be hard.
Yeah.
Plus, I do feel as though you put a lot more syrup on a waffle than you do on a pancake, because you got to fill in all the little crevasses, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, and then it's not like it evenly spreads. Like, it'll fill up one part of the waffle, and it doesn't overflow into the other compartments. So you could have a chunk of a waffle that's like the sweetest thing you've ever eaten in your life, and then the next bite is bone dry.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a structural thing, honestly. I mean, that's where it's flawed. Whereas a pancake, it can spread evenly. Right.
I also feel the need when I eat a waffle to cut it along the lines.
I know. That's your OCD.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize, but when we were dating and your family joked about you having OCD, I didn't realize that.
I don't actually have OCD.
I know, but like that's the thing. Like, that's a warning flag. That's a red flag. Like, if anybody ever's like, "Oh, Kelly and her OCD," like, that means everything needs to be
particular
in a very particular order. And then you get yelled at for putting your shoes in a suitcase.
They were dirty.
They're shoes. They're always dirty.
They should be in a separate spot. You should have shoe bags.
I don't have shoe bags.
Well, we have Walmart bags.
Well,
and that's what they go in.
Ladies and gentlemen, I heard, put your shoes in the suitcase.
It's the truth.
It might be the truth, but whatever.
They were black on the bottom.
Pancakes win.
And then they were on top of clean clothes that I had freshly rolled. They were so nice.
And they're still nice.
No, there was stuff all over them.
What stuff?
Stuff from your shoes. I don't know. It's out there in the garage with the spider webs and the leaf pieces and dog hair and...
Well...
Whatever. Anyway, move on. Pancakes win.
All right, Emma came up with this one, and it is a list of reality TV shows, and I'll read them off just in case you're listening. There is Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, something called The Challenge, Love Island, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Project Greenlight, Survivor, The Real World New York, and RuPaul's Drag Race. And I honestly think the only one I've ever seen is Survivor. So I'm going to have to go with that. I've seen a couple Queer Eye episodes, I think. But I'm still going to have to go with Survivor.
I don't even know.
As for the best.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I've not watched those shows. So, we'll go with Survivor.
Yeah, Survivor.
Gigi and Papa love it.
Yeah, they're the only ones still watching it. They started watching it in 2001, right after 9/11, and I think they're the only ones keeping it alive. My dad thinks that he's still going to get on. He still wants to sign up and do it. I mean...
I'd watch it.
I mean, I'd watch it for him, yeah. Yeah, go Dad. Okay, so the next slide. We have a picture of chicken nuggets versus chicken tenders. Which one's the best?
Nuggets.
Nugget? Really? Okay, but whose nuggets?
Chicken fillet.
Chicken fillet, yeah. It's hard to argue that anyone but chicken fillet has the best nuggets. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, McDonald's is basically like fried erasers.
Yeah. And they sometimes have little hard hunks in them.
Yeah, and you don't like hard hunks. There's...
No.
No, there's nothing Kelly likes about hard meat. Chicken tenders. I got to go with tender on this one.
I know you do.
Well,
more meat.
Yeah. I enjoy a good tender. It's something about nuggets. It's just like, yeah, that was good, but where's the rest of it, you know?
Well, I would cut up my tenders anyway, you know? So, the nuggets make more sense.
I cannot breathe. And I think it's because I'm deathly allergic to cats. And we have 4.
You don't take your allergy medicine.
I did take allergy medicine today.
Yes, but you have to take it every day.
But I'm not around cats every day.
But in order for it to work properly, you have to take it daily.
But that shouldn't be the way...
It doesn't matter. It is the way it is, and you're not doing it.
Well, I don't want to do it because it doesn't bother me when I'm not at home. And then as soon as I come home and I dive into this cat nest, then I can't breathe.
Do you want to tell this goose that you can't keep her? I don't remember.
You didn't read those books.
I did, though.
You read the books?
You made me read the books before we watched the movies.
I made Emma read the books before.
Yes, but you also had me read them.
I think you chose to read them because Emma was reading them. But I never said, Kelli, you're not allowed to watch the movies until you've read the books. I said that to Emma, 100%, because I believe that she had to read the books before she watched the movies. But for anyone who's just listening, we're looking at a picture of all 3 Hunger Games books. There's The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay.
Mm-hmm. And I don't remember what happens in any of them, so...
Well, you remember the movies. Well, there are Hunger Games. And
yeah.
There's a girl. I liked the last one, personally. Although I did feel like by the end of the book, the author kind of gave up. It was just ready to be done. Kind of just like tied a bow on it and said it was good. So done.
So done.
Alright, our next slide here, we've got 3 adult animated cartoons. We have South Park, Family Guy, and The Simpsons. Which one would you say is best?
I never liked South Park. I know you loved South Park.
Yep.
I did watch some of The Simpsons as a kid. Don't like it. I currently do not like Family Guy, but when I was younger, I did.
Really?
I did.
Really?
Mostly just Stewie.
Yeah. I was not allowed to watch The Simpsons growing up, so I never connected with it, and I think that it's ridiculous. Every time somebody's ever tried to show me The Simpsons, I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
I think maybe my brother watched it, so that's probably why I saw.
That tracks. Family Guy was something that I really enjoyed when I was in like junior high, and a lot of my friends liked Family Guy. But South Park, my aunt let me watch South Park when I was
too young.
Probably 2nd grade, maybe. No. It was 1st grade because I remember.
Oh my goodness.
I went to school at JCPenney. They were selling South Park shirts for a little while. And there was one of Cartman, and it just said something like, Mom, I want my cheesy poofs, or something like that. And I had seen one of the episodes, and I thought it was hysterical. So I got to wear a South Park t-shirt to Cape Christian School, which is...
Who bought it?
Gigi. She bought it. My mother bought it because she didn't know anything about it. And then they got a letter home saying that it probably was not appropriate to wear to a private Christian school.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, I don't understand. So they asked my sister to stay up late and watch it one night. And I remember telling her, be like, please, just be cool. Like, just be cool. Just say that it's okay. Say it's all right.
Why would they have her watch it? Why would they watch it themselves?
Because they don't want to stay up late to watch TV shows.
They couldn't record it?
No, it's a cartoon. They were like, well, I'm not doing this. This is dumb. So they told her to watch it.
It's inappropriate.
And of course, Misha, she went and immediately was like, oh my gosh, there's swearing and there's yelling and there's blood. And that was it. And I didn't get to watch another episode for a very long time. But then I used to just go down I used to go and sneak watch it. Like late at night, I would watch it. Because it was so funny. It's still funny. So which one would you go with?
I said Family Guy.
Really? Ugh.
Yeah, I don't like it. But these are bad choices, and I don't know the difference between these two.
Yeah, the next one is Marvel versus DC, but you really don't.
Which one has Wonder Woman?
DC.
I like her.
You like Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I would also go with DC.
Oh, woo!
Yeah. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Green Lantern, Flash. Marvel is like Iron Man, Spider-Man, Captain America, all of the things. Oh, which Spider-Man do you think is best? It's a picture of all three people that have ever played Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland in the middle, and then Tobey Maguire on the side.
I don't remember the most recent ones. I liked the original Tobey Maguire.
Really?
Yeah, mostly just because I have not. I watched that movie multiple times, and the others maybe I've seen them, but I don't remember them. What was the one that we watched recently most recently where they were all three in it?
Yeah.
I liked that one.
Yeah. I think I liked Andrew Garfield the best, maybe, which not a lot of people liked him as Spider-Man. I thought he was better.
Who was his lady?
Emma Stone.
And then this one had, what, Zendaya?
Yep.
Okay.
And then the other one was...
What's her
Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
Which I didn't like. I didn't like Kirsten Dunst.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. The next one has a picture of every album that Eminem has ever put out. We have Eminem Infinite. We have...
That one has a moon on it.
Yeah, I don't know what that says. Then I don't know what all of these are called. I remember Encore and I remember Recovery being the two that I love the most.
I don't think that I had any full Eminem albums.
You just had singles.
Yes. This was back in the day of LimeWire and...
How to give your computer AIDS.
Yeah. So I had lots of mixed CDs with things like, his music and then some George Jones and...
Not George Strait?
No, I had George Strait too, but those were two extremes that people would be like, okay.
Yeah. I loved Recovery when that came out.
What's on that one?
I don't remember.
Oh.
I remember having it, and it was in my car for the longest time. My old 96 gold Nissan Pathfinder. Nissan Pathfinder.
Like Lose Yourself.
Yeah.
I really like that song.
Mockingbird. Do you remember Mockingbird?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was a good one. I think that was Encore. Maybe.
I don't know. He got a lot dark.
Yeah, he went down.
Yeah.
Drugs will do that. That's why I liked Recovery, because it was him on his way back. Yeah.
Okay.
Hence Recovery.
That makes sense.
There was another one that was like, I'm going through changes.
Yeah.
I don't own the rights to this song. Okay, our next slide. We've got, what is the best? Walt Disney versus DreamWorks.
I gotta get closer.
DreamWorks has Shrek and Ants and Kung Fu Panda, the Bee Movie, Boss Baby, things of that nature. And then obviously Disney is Toy Story and Up and The Princesses and Bug's Life and Cars. I gotta go DreamWorks.
Really?
Personally, yeah. I gotta go DreamWorks. I respect Disney's animated films for what they are. But if we're just looking at the animated movies, right? We're not looking at live action. We're not looking at princess movies. We're not looking at like Star Wars and Marvel. We're only looking at, so almost like Pixar versus DreamWorks, rather. Okay. I gotta go DreamWorks. Shrek alone is a masterpiece. It really is. It's one of the greatest. Did you save my life?
I did.
For those of you just listening, she just found a fuzzy on my nose and
it was a
gently removed
cat hair or a dog hair.
Okay. That was important. DreamWorks or Pixar?
I would say Disney. It's not Pixar.
Really?
It just says Disney.
I know, but I said we gotta cut it down because we can't do. Stop fidgeting, Grayson. We gotta cut it down because you can't do Walt Disney just as a whole company because they have the princess movies and live action stuff and.
Yeah, but the princess movies are shown there, and I love the princess movies.
Yes, but I just said we're not doing
Tinkerbell.
We're not doing those. We're doing Pixar versus DreamWorks.
Well, what's on Pixar?
Pixar would be Cars and Toy Story and Up and A Bug's Life and Nemo and Monsters Incorporated and The Things.
Yeah, I still like Disney.
Okay, well, what would be the top?
They have Ratatouille.
Ratatouille would be another one?
Ratatouille.
Yep. What about Up? Up was such a good one.
That's
that was,
one.
Man, that first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oof. I remember I took a date to see Up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this will be fun. It's kind of a fun little comedy movie. And I was in the theater. I had to, like, turn like this. And I was just like... He loved her so much and she died. And that music didn't help at all, right? That was pretty ridiculous. But, no, Shrek is,
Yeah, Shrek is good.
Shrek and Kung Fu Panda. Did you ever get down with Kung Fu Panda?
No.
Oh, man. That's one thing I thought for sure when Grayson went through his ninja phase. I thought for sure we were going to get into Kung Fu Panda.
Trolls.
Yeah, Trolls. He did. Man.
I loved Trolls.
I know you did.
Lady Glitter Sparkles.
Lady Glitter Sparkles. Seriously. Okay, this one. Which is the best Grinch movie? The animated one with Benedict Cumberbatch or the live-action Jim Carrey Grinch?
Well, when I was watching The Grinch, it was not the updated...
Not the Benedict.
...animated one. It was the original. And I loved the live one.
Yeah.
I did.
That's Jim Carrey. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no debate on that.
Yeah.
The other one is horrendous.
I don't know if I've seen that. I mean, I've always loved The Grinch. So whenever it came out, I was probably around Emma's age, maybe a little bit younger. And I loved it. And Faith Hill. I love Faith Hill. Now she's gone. I mean, she's still around, but
she's dead?
She's not dead. She's just not singing. And
it's because she's married to Tim
she
McGraw.
sang "Where Are You Christmas?" And my parents probably hated that song because I would belt it.
Nothing surprises me more.
I love it.
All right, next one is
Skip it. Save that.
No.
Save it for somebody else.
Well,
I feel like your comedian friends would have a lot more to say about that.
It's very funny. I don't think they'd have a lot to say at all. I think they would make their decision very quickly.
Yeah, but it would be funnier.
Okay. So leave it in there and pretend I haven't seen it before? Okay, whatever. That is very funny that she did that. Okay, here we go. All right, don't make it seem like it's so one-sided. At least put a little thought into it. Our next slide is, which is the best? Law & Order Special Victims Unit, Law & Order Criminal Intent, or Law & Order Original Flavor?
SVU.
SVU.
For sure.
I actually enjoyed Criminal Intent more.
I know you did. I remember you saying that. And I tried to watch it. I just never could get into it.
It's so weird that you're into the sex one. Because
it wasn't always sex.
Special Victims Unit is always about some type of sexual...
Could be like children or...
Getting...
I mean, yes. There was usually some kind of...
Everyone knows when you turn in to Law & Order Special Victims Unit, you are going to see some type. It even says it in the beginning.
Right.
Sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. That's what that's all about. Criminal Intent is trying to catch just murderers. That's what I thought you would be into, is murderers. Because I know you like murders more than sex.
I like Criminal Minds. Criminal Minds for the criminals. This was just different. It's not something that you would... It's not like any other crime show that you would watch, you know? Like, or not a real crime show, you know?
Criminal Intent had Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
And he was brilliant. He's fantastic.
Brilliant. Oh, I can't wait to do that with all of my old friends.
Your old?
Brilliant.
Yeah. Brilliant. Did I ever tell you that my aunt told me I look like Vincent D'Onofrio? Or D'Onofrio?
Whatever his name is.
Yeah, whatever.
It's kind of like Saint-Onofre.
Saint-Onofrio. Vincent Saint-Onofrio. She told me I look like him.
Wait, who? Which aunt?
Well, I don't want to say which one.
Well,
I'm about to talk bad about it.
Oh, okay. We'll go on.
But she said that I look like him, and I pulled up a picture, and it was him, and he's 90 pounds overweight. And she was like, yeah, don't you see it? And I was like, okay, bad word. Yeah. We'll be seeing her soon, so that'll be fun. Okay. Our next slide.
Not let me look at it.
I know. Our next slide. Which is the best? Saved by the Bell, Boy Meets World, or Full House? Again, Saved by the Bell, Boy Meets World, or Full House?
Okay, well, I know what you're going to say. And they all, I don't know, I loved them all so much at one point in time. Just the other day, Emma turned on Full House, and you know what she does. She walks out of the room, and then that's it. She even left. She went to stay with a friend, and I let Full House play for hours, and I loved it. I mean, I've seen all of it, but I loved it.
Yes.
And I loved Saved by the Bell.
Yes. Really? You're not even going to mention?
I know. I'm just thinking. I also love Boy Meets World.
Fina.
Probably Boy Meets World.
Yeah. It is. It's so good beginning to end. So good. Plus, I think Topanga was probably one of my first crushes, followed by Kelli Kapowski from Saved by the Bell. So I would have to go Boy Meets World, Saved by the Bell, Full House. Although, one of the main reasons why I enjoyed Boy Meets World was not Topanga, but Mr. Feeney and Eric. I mean, for obvious reasons, you know. Although he did start out, it was weird because in the first couple seasons, Eric is like a heartthrob,
and then he's dumb,
and then they like really dumbed him down towards the end, which I never really understood. But whatever. I mean, so you stay around.
Even when they brought him back on Girl Meets World,
he was still stupid.
Yeah,
which didn't make any sense. But shout out to Full House, Bob Saget, and Friends. Whatever, Dave Coulier.
Do you remember when we saw Uncle Jesse?
John Stamos. We were at, what was it, the Target in Oceanside, California, and there was a dude standing there with black hair, a black leather jacket, and jeans on.
And Emma was like 5 or 6 at the time.
Yeah, if that. And walked past. She goes, Uncle Jesse! Like that, like loud enough. You and I just lost it. And he even turned around, didn't he?
I don't know.
I mean, it wasn't him.
No.
But it
was
a good reference. We were like, good job. Good on you. But yeah, man, Boy Meets World. Woof. I mean, just classic American television. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out Michael Jacobs. He really crushed it.
I really loved Saved by the Bell, too, though.
Yeah, R.I.P. Screech.
Screech is dead?
Yeah, he died. He had a hard life, I think. I think they all did. But Mario Lopez, I think, is doing all right. I'm not sure, though. Okay, next slide. We've got the best coffee. Is it Dunkin' Donuts, Caribou Coffee, Scooters, or Starbucks? Feel free to throw out another one if you have one that you don't agree with.
No, personally, right now, Scooters, because I love the Caramelicious.
Yeah, Scooters.
Definition.
Make my wife go loca.
I don't know if I've even ever had Caribou Coffee.
Oh, it's delicious. I do really enjoy a good Caribou Coffee. I don't care for Dunkin' Donuts. I don't care for Starbucks. Scooters is pretty good. Caribou Coffee is pretty good. But honestly, that Caldi's Highland Grog. Caldi's?
Highland.
It's definitely Highland Grog.
I know, I think there's an Highlander.
I think it's whatever. All right, Caldi's Highlander Grog. Whatever you guys are doing over there, keep it up.
I want it as a candle. I want it as like a
body wash,
room spray.
I want it as a shampoo,
like a candy,
like a caramel. Can you imagine having like a little?
It smells
like
so
a
good.
Werther's original
I love it.
Highlander Grog caramel.
I love it.
Well, it is pretty delicious.
Like a Werther's.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Werther's original.
Yeah.
You might as well get up and let this mess in because she's...
I will in a minute.
Okay. All right. So we decided you go Scooters.
Yeah, I go Scooters.
Oh, man, that Caldi's coffee, though. How's it spelled? K-A...
K-A-L-D-I.
Apostrophe S.
I think.
It's got like a little, like, deer thing on it.
Something
like that. Sure, it's probably a Caldi or whatever, right?
I don't know. Is that an animal?
I don't know. I just assumed. I mean, this is called Caribou Coffee. It's got a caribou on it.
That just looks like a bunch of squiggles.
It's a
squiggles in a shield.
That's a caribou.
What is a caribou?
That's a caribou. There's like a reindeer. I think reindeer and caribou are the same thing. I don't know.
They should call it Rudolph's.
No. I'm not an animalologist, but I know that. Okay. I know you don't know, but we just pick one.
Chicago Bulls.
Well, at least let me read the question off first. Holy crap.
I'm sorry, you said pick one.
No, but I didn't mean instantly before. You would be terrible at Jeopardy. Terrible. Because Pat Sajak or whatever his name is, or Alex Trebek or whatever would be like, all right, here are our categories. And you'd be like, 7! And you would just yell it or whatever. And be like, that's not how it works. All right, we've got a picture of a couple of different NBA teams. So which one is the best? The Lakers, the Bulls, the Miami Heat, or the Cleveland Cavaliers? This is one Grayson helped me make.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, again, the Bulls.
Yeah.
Because the only time I ever watched basketball in my life was when Michael Jordan played for the Bulls.
Yeah.
So.
The greatest of all time.
That's my...
Yeah, you can't beat the...
choice.
I mean, the Bulls in the 90s. It was so cool because being in Missouri, we didn't have a professional team.
Yeah.
So we just attached ourselves to Chicago.
Enough.
Yeah, we're like close enough. We're Chicago fans now. Except for in baseball. We don't like baseball. No. Not the Cubs. Anything but the Cubs. All right, we got a couple football teams. I know it's not your thing. Just give... I
didn't say anything. I just breathed.
I know. But we have got the Dallas Cowboys, the New England Patriots, the Buffalo Bills, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Los Angeles Rams.
Is Buffalo Bill a murderer?
I don't know if he was real. I know that he was on Silence of the Lambs.
Ah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was the one that played the music and did the...
Yeah. Leland Stottlemyre.
Yeah, from Monk.
Yeah.
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 It puts the lotion on its skin. Or else it gets the hose again.
Stop. I don't know. I would just say Kansas City because they're in Missouri.
It was so weird because the first time I watched that movie, it was on TV, and there's a part where he's like...
Yeah.
He's naked. And he's got his stuff like all put away, kind of. And they changed it. The line is, would you, me, I'd, me. But they changed it to, would you love me? I'd love me. Like that. And I was like, ooh, that made it worse. I don't know why, but it did. Made it so much worse. Oh, my favorite. Okay, our next picture. We've got a couple different hot salsas. All right, we've got Sriracha, Texas Pete, Valentina, El Yucateco, El Yucateca, Red Hot, Crystal, Tabasco, Cholula, Tapatio, and Louisiana. Which hot sauce would you pick, or do you think is the best? You might be the least qualified person.
I am the least qualified. I like the buffalo chicken dip that comes from the Frank's Red Hot recipe.
Yeah, but you like it better when I use the sriracha.
No, I disagree. I'll disagree. It gets a little too feisty for me there.
But every time I make it with the sriracha, you say that it tastes better. I just have to use half as much.
I don't want to argue.
You don't have to argue.
I disagree. I like it better with the Frank's Red Hot. You like it better with the sriracha.
But you've told me.
I've told you that it's okay if you want to make it with the sriracha. I'll still eat it. And it's not bad. It's just spicier.
Which is... whatever. Okay. You say Frank's
But I haven't had the majority of those. I did taste the Valentino or Valentina, whatever that is. Sauce. And I did not like that.
Benny. Come here. Come here, Poof. You didn't like Valentina sauce?
I did not. Texas
Pete is... come here. No, you come here. There you go. Hi, just puppy. No, I do like Valentina. I love Tabasco.
You do too?
You can't have Tabasco.
Benny would gobble it all up.
Oh, he's such a floof.
All of it.
He can't even... I don't even think people can see him. There he is. There he is. He said, you wanted to see a puppy? You wanted to see a puppy? I just puppy. Okay. All right. Let's move on, puppy. I think Valentina is delicious. Texas Pete. If you say Texas Pete hot sauce, you're a garbage human being. Like, you just don't have taste buds, I guess, because Texas Pete was all they would give us in the military. Mm-hmm. You could get Tabasco, like, in MREs, like, in these little things, but then they stopped doing it, and they would give you these, like, little pouches instead. But there was never enough in that pouch. It was never enough. And then they started having bottles of Tabasco out. Or not Tabasco, but Texas Pete. And that was all you could find. And it was the biggest disappointment in the world. Where you going, Floof?
Did Tabasco have like a pinky-sized bottle of Tabasco?
Yeah. Yeah. Those are tiny little...
Are so cute.
Yeah, I used to take them, and you could take a little bit. You do like that so it gets on your finger, and then you could rub it right here under your eye if you were getting really sleepy and you couldn't fall asleep. And you just let it dry, and the vapors would get in your eyes, and you'd just be like...
If you couldn't fall asleep?
Yeah, if you weren't supposed to fall asleep, but you were... Yeah. If you were getting sleepy and you had to stay awake...
Yeah.
A little bit of Tabasco right under the eyes. So listen here, kids. If you're ever bored, don't do that. It also works with hand sanitizer, just in case you were.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever done that or not. Ooh, here we go. All right. What is the best? We've got Breyers French vanilla, Haagen-Dazs vanilla, Ben & Jerry's vanilla, and Talenti Gelato Madagascan vanilla bean.
Well, I've never had the Talenti.
I know.
But it sounds delicious.
Madagascan vanilla bean.
Yeah. But of all of the others, I would go with Haagen-Dazs. I really liked there's so many, Breyers has so many different vanillas.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah, and they all taste a little different. And French vanilla was never my favorite. The natural vanilla.
There's French vanilla, natural vanilla, homemade vanilla, vanilla bean,
that was
and then extra creamy vanilla.
Oh.
Remember?
No.
No.
But natural was my favorite of the Breyers vanilla. But Haagen-Dazs is my...
I kind of feel like Breyers ice cream is...
So sniffly.
It's because we're both allergic to cats.
But I love them.
What's better, Haagen-Dazs vanilla or vanilla bean?
Vanilla bean.
Vanilla bean, huh?
It's sweeter, but it's delicious.
There's something about those little black flecks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I would have to go... I guess I have to go Haagen-Dazs on this one. I mean, if these are my only options, Breyers, Ben & Jerry's, I've never had Talenti.
I don't know if I've ever had just plain Ben & Jerry's vanilla, because Ben & Jerry's is like wild, it's everything, all mixed together.
It's just a flavor orgy.
Yeah, so I don't know that I've had vanilla. If anybody from Ben & Jerry's ever sees this video, I'm begging you to bring back the blueberry cheesecake. Haagen-Dazs, I apologize. It's Ben & Jerry's. But oh my gosh, that was so good.
It was the blueberry white chocolate cheesecake. That's what it was. I've written Listen,
one time.
Mr. Ben or Mr. Jerry, I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but I have written emails. I've written a letter. I've done so many things to try to resurrect this flavor, even just for like one special pint.
Yeah.
Just to give her for our anniversary, birthdays, Christmases. I've done this several times over the years, and no one has ever gotten back to me, and I'm getting...
Rude.
Yeah, it was very rude. Even if you were just like, sorry, we can't remake the flavor, at least I would know.
Yeah.
But to just ignore me, how many emails are you really getting? And how many letters are you getting? Honestly? Rude, Ben.
And Jerry.
And Jerry. I don't feel like... Who do you think actually makes the ice cream?
Not Ben or Jerry.
No, not anymore, but I think when they first started, I don't think Jerry was making ice cream. Jerry seems like... No, Jerry was behind a desk. Ben was in the trenches, mixing up... Putting peanut butter cups inside of chocolate
I'd say
caramel.
Ben was eating it. Big Ben.
Big Ben. Yeah. He was a taste tester. I mean, quality control, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna work in an ice cream factory all day and not treat yourself at the end of the day with a little bit of...
At the end of the day. Every little tasting spoons.
Instead of a smoke break, you're going on a snack break.
I'd be a big Kelly.
You'd just be walking around with a spoon, like one of those little taster spoons.
The ones,
yeah.
You're like a Sam's Club.
Okay, the next slide we've got Mickey Mouse, Bugs Bunny, and SpongeBob SquarePants. Who is the best cartoon character?
It's not SpongeBob.
Oh, I would adamantly disagree. Adamantly.
I hated SpongeBob. I hated his voice. I thought he was stupid. I mean, you gotta love Mickey Mouse.
Do you?
But
do you have to
I
love
loved Bugs Bunny. I don't really know why. Because it wasn't about the show or anything. I don't know why I loved Bugs Bunny, but I loved Bugs Bunny as a kid. Pawpaw gave me an ornament. I still have it. It's on our kids' tree. It's like a purple Bugs Bunny in like this winter wonderland scene.
Purple Bugs Bunny?
No, it's a purple ornament.
Oh, well, you
Bugs
said...
Bunny is not purple.
I know, but you said...
I'm sorry, I didn't clarify.
So I would say SpongeBob. He's got a job. He lives on his own. He helps his friends. He's a productive member of society. Bugs is, I mean, let's be honest, he's a bit of a hoodlum.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a bit of a vagrant. Some would say a rapscallion.
Would they?
They would. I think they would. I think Bugs Bunny is an agent of chaos. I don't trust Mickey. Something about it. I don't trust a guy who's always in a good mood. Donald I trust. Goofy I trust. Mickey.
Can you demonstrate the Goofy dance?
Not right now. Not in bed.
It'd probably be easiest to do here.
Do 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 do.
Hot dog.
Hot dog. Oh man, our baby sure did love some Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, didn't he?
A roaster racer car.
It's a Mickey. It's a Mickey and a roaster racer car.
Oh.
So excited. He's never been excited about anything else. You don't really know much about barbecues. Right?
Well, we can talk about it.
Okay.
Because I do know what I like.
Our next slide has barbecue sauce, Sweet Baby Ray's, Famous Dave's, Stubbs, or KC Masterpiece.
Well, I'm going to tell you that KC Masterpiece is trash.
Can I just... Back in the day, KC Masterpiece used to
masterpiece?
be... I mean, it was exquisite. It was... I mean, there was no other way to describe it. It had brown sugar in it. It was just delicious. It was so good. And Lay's even had KC Masterpiece barbecue Lay's chips. And it was, I mean, just immaculate. And they discontinued it for whatever reason. I mean, I blame Osama bin Laden personally, because I feel like they stopped making it right around 9/11. I don't know if the recipe was in the Twin Towers or maybe it was in the Pentagon. Maybe it was in the part of the Pentagon that they blew up. I don't know. But they stopped making it, and I don't remember it after 9/11. So I'm going to say that it's...
I can only go on what it is.
Jet fuel might not melt steel beams, but it melts a barbecue chip recipe. That's for sure.
Well, it's gross. Stubbs, I don't know. The Stubbs that we had, was it like a special kind, sugar-free?
I think it was low carb.
Low carb. Well, that was gross. I don't know that I've had just
Famous
regular. Famous Dave's. I guess it reminds me of the San Marcos place.
Because it was across the street from Phil's in San Marcos. Shout out to Phil's Barbecue in San Marcos, California. It's right next to the 76?
8.
78. I mean, like right next to it in San Marcos. And it is delicious.
I want to say it was by a Best Buy.
It was close to that. Remember that Jerome's furniture store? I think it was close to that as well.
That was on the other side by that burger place that you could like, with the smiley potatoes.
Slater's 50/50. Where you go and you make a burger by checking off a list.
Yeah.
And yeah, they had the smiley face potatoes. Mm. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about Sweet Baby Ray's?
I love some Sweet Baby Ray's.
Yeah.
I do.
I didn't realize this till just recently. Shout out J.B. Buchanan, funny comedian in St. Louis. Did you know that apparently Ray was a white guy?
I didn't.
Yeah. JB is hilarious, and I'm not going to tell his joke, but we were hanging out one day, and he was just like, did you know that the Ray from Sweet Baby Ray's was a whole-ass white guy? I did not, buddy. I didn't know. He says a whole-ass white man.
I can't say I've ever thought about it.
I didn't either. I don't really care one way or the other, but the sauce is good. I don't care who's making it. All right, next question. We've got a couple clothing brands here. Which one's the best? Versace, Saint Laurent, Jens, I don't know. YVES, Saint Laurent, Polo by Ralph Lauren, Burberry, or Prada? I know you're a Coach girl.
Choices.
I know you're a Coach girl.
Yeah, I can't say that I've had any of these things except for Polo.
I had a Yvonne Saint Laurent cologne.
There's no N.
Yvonne's.
There's no N.
But it's YV, so Yves
Yvette Nicole Brown.
Yves Saint Laurent. That's what it is. YSL.
There you go.
Yves Saint Laurent.
Laurent.
All right, Prada, Polo, Burberry.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, it's in London. Maybe we'll find maybe we
will.
A Burberry store.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Would you point me in the direction of the closest Burberry? Good day, chap. Could you point me in the direction of a Burberry? Do you think that's how they say it? Burberry?
No.
I've picked up the finest Burberry scarf to protect my neck on this brisk morning. My neck. Versace. Makes me think of Bruno Mars. Mm. Versace on the floor. Yeah. I'm going to go with Polo.
Yeah.
I've got a Polo shirt. I really like that.
Yeah. So, before, that's what people call a collared shirt. I mean...
Polos, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They really cornered the market.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah.
Ralph. Do you call him Ralph Lauren or Ralph Lauren?
I would call him Ralph Lauren. Mm-hmm. And then I would call it Yvonne Saint Laurent. That's what I would call that.
I've heard people call him Ralph Lauren.
Ralph Lauren.
I called him Ralph.
Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren.
Yeah.
That would say if you're Asian. Ralph Lauren. Oh, Paro. I just got canceled. Did you hear that? I just got... Well, so much for this podcast.
Right.
Prada. That's a good one, right?
Yeah.
I literally just Googled clothing brands, and I think Versace, though. I would like to wear Versace, but I feel like they work exclusively with silk. And I don't know.
Do
they? It seems like every time I see someone wearing a silk shirt, they're like, it's Versace. I'm like, oh, cool.
You see a lot of people wearing silk shirts?
You never know. I mean, it's mostly like Pitbull. What's his name? Bruno Mars. I feel like DJ Khaled probably has a lot of silk Versaces. It's a type of person. It's this very specific type of person. I don't know if I can pull it off. Write in the comments if you think I can pull off a silk.
I don't think so.
I'm going to buy one.
We're going to have to wax you, because all of your hairs would, bump up under the silk.
I know, they'd come through. They'd sprout through.
Yeah, you'd be all pokey.
It wouldn't be pokey.
I mean, if we trimmed it would.
Stick to me. Or just let it grow out. Can you imagine me all sweaty, just sweating through a silk shirt? It's damp.
How
just
would you clean that?
Wet silk with pit stains.
Ew.
Yeah.
No, it's just, no.
No, I should stick to Burberry.
Yeah.
All right. The next slide, we have a picture of Lil Wayne and Eminem. Who do you think is the best rapper? I think I have to go with Lil Wayne. In high school, I wanted to be Lil Wayne so badly. I mean, I can't even describe it to you. I'm honestly surprised I didn't get a face tattoo.
Oh, I'm sure glad you did.
Yeah, no offense to anyone out there with face tattoos, but I really don't care what my kids grow up to be in life, but I really hope they don't get a face tattoo.
I'll slap that shit right off their face.
I see people with face tattoos now, quite a bit, and a lot of them are really young, And I just keep thinking, like, one of these days...
Yeah, at what point are you going to
wake up?
That?
You're going to wake up, and you're going to be like, what have I done? Like, I have tattoos that I regret. And most of them are hidden for the majority of the time. You know? Mm-hmm. But, imagine no one ever making eye contact with you again. You know? Like, Lil Wayne has a picture... I mean, if you look at this picture right here, it looks like he's got a person wearing sunglasses right above his sunglasses.
It's interesting.
It is an interesting look, is it not? Yeah. So who would you go with on this?
Probably Lil Wayne.
Probably Lil Wayne. Yeah. He did have some bangers back in the day. All right, next slide. Best pizza place. We've got Domino's, Papa John's, Emo's, and Pizza Hut. Who would you say makes the best pizza?
I gotta be in the right mood. It's definitely not Domino's or Papa John's. It's between Emo's and Pizza Hut.
Well.
Can I go by crust?
I mean, you can go...
For the thin crust, I say Emo's.
Yeah, because it's the only option. It's the only option in Emo's.
And for Pizza Hut, the stuffed crust. I love it. And the marinara.
I would have to go between these four. I would have to go either Papa John's or Pizza Hut, because Pizza Hut is good, but it's not It's good. It's good. I just don't like that they feel like they're getting cheaper. They've definitely had their heyday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Papa John's is pretty good. I think Emo's is absolute trash. Every time I eat it, as soon as I'm done, I'm like, what have I just done?
It's so good, though.
Is it?
I think it is.
Is it? The crust is like a cracker. It's just.
But you like Pizza Hut's thin crust.
I do, and that's better than Emo's thin crust. Emo's thin crust is just disappointing. I mean, just through and through. Plus, every time you eat Emo's, especially if you get the sausage, for the next, you can't have leftovers. You can't have leftover Emo sausage. Or then everything else in the fridge is going to smell and taste like that sausage. Your milk, your lettuce, your
lettuce, because we have so much lettuce.
We're turning over a new leaf. See what I mean?
I hear you, but what I think does that is polyize. Polyize sausage ruins your refrigerator.
Polyize sausage is another one. I think, though, if we were to put a slice of Emo's and a slice of polyize in the fridge for a day, you would realize that there is an equal amount of seepage.
Maybe we just normally get pepperoni from Emo's, and I'm not used. I don't know. I'm not. That's never stood out to me as one that does that. It's always been polyize.
For sure. I think I don't like stuffed crust.
I do.
I know you do, but it's only good while it's fresh. After about 10 minutes of it being at your house, it just turns into this cheese log surrounded by a way too thick breadstick. It's just not. It's just.
It made me think about when I was in Israel and they made this just beautiful. It was like a croissant. It wasn't a croissant. It was shaped like a breadstick, but it was so flaky, flakier than any croissant I've ever had. But that's what I can compare it to, like a crispy flaky, with just this amazing mozzarella down the middle.
Mozzarella.
Oh, it was so good. But it was like you take a bite and it just fell apart because it was so flaky. It was so good. Oh. It's
kind of like that thing Ronaldo got from the food truck in Austin. the Romeo y Julieta. It was insane. It was so good. I never would have thought that mozzarella cheese inside of like imagine like a really big egg roll, because that's the kind of wrap it was in. Like really flaky, really crispy, but the inside was super gooey cheese. And then a little bit of, I think it was either strawberry.
Yeah, sounds like a
jelly.
Danish.
It sounds like a Danish, but it was not.
Yeah.
It was not. I don't know how to describe it.
Danish-esque.
So good.
A spin on it.
So good. Okay, next we're going to chips. Our choices are Doritos, Cheetos, Pringles, Tostitos, Fritos, and Lay's.
Lay's.
Really? Original Lay's?
Yeah.
You think just hands down over all the others?
Yep.
Now, are we allowing other flavors of, or are we just going with straight original? Like original Doritos, original?
I mean, these are all showing original is what it looks like. But still Lay's, because I would go Lay's original, Lay's sour cream and onion, Lay's barbecue. Lay's are my favorite. I do love some cheddar jalapeno Cheetos.
The cheddar jalapeno ones are good. That's the one with the green label on it. Fritos, my favorite Fritos have got to be chili cheese. I mean, maybe the honey barbecue twisted ones, those are good too. But the chili Cheeto Fritos are pretty much top tier.
I don't like those just out of the bag, but when I was a kid and we used to go to like grade school basketball games, they would make this stuff called chili Frito pie. That was delicious. I know you hate chili, but it was so good.
I hate it. Doritos are good. I think they've spread themselves too thin, though. They're doing too many flavors. They need to streamline it.
Chili ones, those sweet,
spicy sweet chili.
Yeah.
The purple bag. Yeah,
Those are good.
everybody knows the purple bag of Doritos is the best.
Yeah.
Tostitos. Do you have any love in your heart for Tostitos? Really?
I mean, I like to dip, but really, my favorite tortilla chip
Are the Cantina Thins?
Yeah. Or even the cafe.
What is
the
that?
thicker ones.
What are those called? What brand makes those?
On the Border?
Oh yeah, On the Border Cantina Thins. Which in Texas I saw there was an On the Border restaurant.
Yeah. I don't know.
Which one of these is the best?
I wonder who came up with this question.
Alvin, Simon, and Theodore.
Do.
Sleep with one, marry one, kill one. Alvin and the Chipmunks. Go. Sleep with one, marry one, kill one.
None of the above. They're chipmunks, babe.
Can I tell you?
Sure.
I mean, obviously you kill Alvin. I mean, that's pretty hands down. He's a narcissist. He only cares about himself.
Okay.
He provides nothing, right? He just gets you into trouble. You would sleep with Theodore because, I mean, he's the tallest. He's smart.
That's Simon.
Oh, yeah, Simon. Yeah. You sleep with Simon. He's tall. He's smart. But you can't marry him. He's too dedicated to his work. He's a scientist. He's going to bring that home with him every night. You're not going to get a full answer out of him. You're not going to be able to connect with him on an emotional level. Theodore, he's not your first choice. He's not who you imagine settling down with. You know? He's not in the best shape. But you know what he is? He's dedicated. And he is a lover. And he is there for you. He's a shoulder to cry on. He cleans, probably.
I saw him knit a sweater earlier.
He knits sweaters. He's got a green hoodie. Green's your favorite color.
It is.
He would probably make some great baked goods.
Whenever I heard y'all talking about this earlier when you were making this slide, I did think Theodore. Yeah. He's snuggly.
Exactly. Just, you marry Theodore, you have your fun with Simon, and then you just get Alvin out of the way. Right? I mean, I know it's Alvin and the Chipmunks, but really, he's let that go to his head. You know? Why does he get a letter on his shirt and nobody else does?
I don't know.
How hard would it be to sew on a tiny T?
Yeah.
Or a tiny S, you know? But Alvin gets one. I think Dave is to blame. He's raised a dictator because he's clearly shown favoritism to Alvin. And I think that's just...
Maybe it's like his scarlet letter.
Like the story about the whore. Did I ever tell you that story?
He misbehaved, so he has a letter.
Yeah. Did I tell you about that story?
It sounds familiar the way you said that, but maybe that's just the way you say.
So when I was on deployment, if you got caught fooling around with anybody on ship, you had to wear this badge with a big red R on it, and it was a terrible way of doing it. But I mean, it was 2011, and if a guy got the R, people called it the red badge of courage. But if a woman got the R, it was the scarlet letter, right? Anyway, we were explaining this one day to one of my superiors, and we laughed because we thought it was funny. And then he just sat there for a second, and then all of a sudden he went, "Oh, like the story about the whore." I got it. And we were just like, "Yeah, Gunny, that's the joke." All right. If you had to pick a best chocolate ice cream, we've got Bluebell, Haagen-Dazs, Breyers, Talente, Tillamook, Eddie's, Turkey Hill, and Jenny's. So...
I don't think I've had any of those except for the Haagen-Dazs.
Okay, well, is Haagen-Dazs your answer?
Yeah, we're going to go with Haagen-Dazs.
Okay, I will say this Tillamook, I bought some of their cheese the other day, right?
Yes, see, that's
shredded cheese.
Why that sounds familiar.
It was immaculate. It melts so much better than any other shredded cheese I've ever bought. So I would like to try their ice cream because their cheese game is on point.
Yeah.
This is also a dairy product. You have to assume that also...
You're right.
Right.
I think that's actually Edie's.
Whatever. Edie's. Who cares? All right. Next slide. What is the best sandwich place? We've got Quiznos Subs, Jimmy John's, Blimpie's Subs and Salads, and Subway.
Do we even have a Blimpie's anymore?
No.
Is that a national?
I think Blimpie's might be dead. I think Blimpie's and Quiznos might actually be out of business. I'm not entirely sure. I know the Blimpie's and Quiznos here is out of business.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can still get them, though.
Well, I would... I don't know. Like, I do like Subway. I know you said it's made out of flip-flops. But,
That's what I read.
I do like that Jimmy John's has the unwich. I like the option to get the lettuce wrap.
Yeah. Sometimes it's too much lettuce, though. Like, I got an unwich from there one time. And I had to bite through like 3 layers of lettuce before I got to any type of sandwich. Guts.
Well, sometimes that'll happen with like a burrito. Do you complain whenever there's too much tortilla?
No. No.
It's just the lettuce.
It's just the lettuce. Yeah, lettuce is... It's just not good. Lettuce is...
I like lettuce.
I mean, I like an appropriate amount of lettuce. I don't like... I mean, that's my other gripe with Subway, is sometimes they're just like, how much lettuce can we put on this sandwich?
I do like their shredded lettuce.
Yeah, but they do overdo it sometimes. You're like, come on, guys. I want more than just lettuce on this thing. Blimpies. Man, I did enjoy a good Blimpie.
I don't know that I ever ate Blimpies. I do remember going there, but I don't know. They've been gone for a while.
You know who has the best sandwiches?
Yes. I can't remember what it's called right now.
Gramophone.
Yeah, that's it.
Shout out Gramophone. I love you. I love you so much. Gramophone in St. Louis. I know you don't want to sponsor this podcast because I have mentioned it so many times, but I don't care. I don't care. Free ads forever, unless you guys actually do want to pay me. Then let's talk. All right. Best burger place. Best fast food burger place.
Burger? It has to be a burger?
Well, it's a burger place. I mean, that's what they're specializing in. You know what I mean?
Oh.
We've got McDonald's, Burger King, Hardee's / Carl's Jr., Wendy's, and Sonic. Best burger.
Best burger. Okay. I don't like Hardee's. I think it's too thick. I don't like a super thick burger. Wendy's has good burgers, I would say. Sonic has a surprisingly good burger.
I was about to say, Sonic's burgers are slept on.
Yeah.
People don't give Sonic its credit.
That's not what I go there for, though.
No.
So I don't ever get burgers there, but they are surprisingly good.
No.
And they're big. They're like thinner, which I like, but they're big. Bigger than these other options. Well, not Hardee's.
Or
but,
Burger King. Burger King's burgers are so big.
Tiny. Are they big? Oh,
they're
well, Whoppers.
Huge.
I don't get Whoppers.
I know.
And sometimes when you go, not anymore, but in the beginning, you would go and you would get me burgers from Burger King, and you would always default to a Whopper, and you'd bring it back, and it was just huge, and it's like, this is what I wanted. And you didn't understand. But now you know. It's like the smallest, thinnest chocolate.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I don't understand that about you.
I like it. I love it. I love the way it...
You want some more of it?
I love the way it melts and it'll like bend. I love it.
Oh, it's disgusting.
So good.
No. So yeah, I would have to go Wendy's on that one.
I got floof.
Floof.
Ow!
He's like, well, leave me alone.
It is bedtime, guys.
We have vacation in the
Benny,
morning.
we're not going to see you for a long time.
Shh. Don't make him feel bad.
He doesn't feel bad. He feels sleepy.
Okay, we've got our next slide. We've got best Hispanic fast food place. I don't know if you really count it as Hispanic, but it is Mexican food. Del Taco, Taco John's, Taco Bell. I know what you're going with instantly.
Yes, it's Taco John's.
Yeah, which should be Taco Juan's. But let's not split hairs. I think I might go with Del Taco on this one.
I thought you might.
I loved Del Taco. I didn't like it at first. One time, I went to Las Vegas with my buddies. And we went to this food court because we were really, really poor. And
you could get a ton of food at Del Taco for very little money.
Well, you could, but we didn't. But there was a food court, right? And there was a Del Taco in there, and there's a Panda Express and a Burger King and a Sparrows or whatever. All over the place. But no one was in line at Del Taco. And I had this drink that it was an alcoholic drink, but it was filled in this like guitar. And so I stood in front of the Del Taco strumming my fake guitar.
Yes.
And I made a song. And I would just sit there and sing and be like, no one's eating at Del Taco. What is wrong with Del Taco? They seem really friendly at Del Taco. And I just did that for like 20 minutes, and people thought it was very funny. My friends thought it was very funny. I think there was a family there trying to enjoy their breakfast, and I was...
Their breakfast?
Yeah. I was drunk and just like, you should get some tacos from Del Taco. Just, yeah. Not one of my finer moments as an adult, but we do what we can. So for our next slide, we have ice cream places. We've done like ice cream flavors and brands, but this is actual ice cream places. We have Dairy Queen, Cold Stone Creamery, Baskin & Robbins, and Carvel. Carvel is an East Coast thing.
Yeah, I haven't had that.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I may have as a child, but I don't remember that.
There's something there called like Cookie Puss.
No, I don't.
And Fudgy the Whale.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They have like cartoon characters that go along with it.
It's hard. It's so hard. I'm going to say Cold Stone.
Yeah, I have to too. Actually, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to go with Baskin Robbins.
I also love Baskin Robbins.
Cold Stone, let me explain exactly. Goose, please don't bite my computer.
She was just borrowing it to Dad.
Just scratch her goosey face.
Oh, I guess.
Nobody look. Bless you.
It's going to happen again.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Goosey girl. Goosey
She's
girl.
not biting. She's just scratching.
She's got cookies. Okay, Cold Stone, here's the problem. Alright, you guys want to know why you lost my vote? When you tip someone at Cold Stone Creamery, they have to sing to you. That's, insane. Is it not? That you make your employees sing when you get tipped?
Yeah, but if you don't want to do it, don't work there.
Well, I know, but I just mean I would almost pay more money to get them to stop singing. I don't know. Baskin Robbins, you guys just keep doing what you're doing. 31 flavors of kicking ass. All right. After this, we got chicken places. We've got KFC, Popeyes, and Raising Cane's.
I'm not super familiar with Raising Cane's.
It's mostly chicken fingers, yeah.
Yeah. I would say Popeyes.
Okay. I could go with that.
I do like the KFC. It's not so much the mashed potatoes that I like.
Yeah.
Because they're really bland. Is there a problem?
No.
But the gravy. I like the gravy. But Popeyes, I love theirs as well. Because they got spicy stuff in it.
Yeah, I see. KFC just makes me think of the KFC that we have in town, and it always gets robbed.
Does it?
Yeah, it did for a very long time, but it's just
since they built the new one.
I don't know if
I say new, but it's not new anymore. But,
I don't know. It's
know.
new. KFC is one of those restaurants where every time I see it, I'll think "Oh, I'm hungry. What should I get to eat?" It reminds me that I should eat something, but it never reminds, and it's never "Ooh, KFC, I'm gonna go eat that." It's, KFC is almost like an advertisement for other food places because I don't go there, but I'll see it and I'll be like, "Oh, what other food does this town have?" Does that make sense?
Does it make you think of Taco Bell? KFC Taco Bell?
No. In that incident?
Yeah.
The poo emergency?
Yeah.
That was terrible, babe.
Oh, that's so funny.
It was funny. I feel just backstory. We once...
we followed your parents to the airport, right?
I think we
dropped them off, I guess.
We dropped them off. We were driving back to our house in California, and long story short, our baby hadn't pooped in 4 days. And for whatever reason,
blowout.
He just let the floodgates open in the parking lot of a KFC Taco Bell.
Well, that's where we stopped to
combo
check it.
Yeah.
But it was
everywhere.
Out.
And then it got on my hand, and then I thought it got in my mouth. And so I was in the parking lot just going like
shaking hands and people looking at us, and I was about to pee in my pants because I was he was just a little baby,
6 months old,
little baby. He may not have even been 6 months old.
Yeah,
but
it was bad.
It was hilarious. I laughed so hard. And I'm surprised. I may have peed a little. I don't know. I would be surprised if I didn't.
I was about to say, fresh after a baby?
Yeah.
I'm sure. A hard giggle fit? You probably did. You got a little damp. You want to hit the next slide for me?
How do I do that?
The arrow. All right. Best gas station chain to stop at. We've got Pilot Flying J. We've got Loves. We've got Quick Trip. And we've got everybody's favorite, the Buc-ee's.
Well, obviously it's Buc-ee's.
Well, hear me out. Buc-ee's is great. Love Buc-ee's. I was there a week ago yesterday. Everyone that I went with, they hated it.
Why?
They absolutely... Well, we didn't go to the one in McKinney, Texas. Oh, I'm sorry, Melissa, Texas. Right outside McKinney. We went to one that was right outside of Dallas.
Uh-huh.
Like, actually, I think it was probably closer to Waco. It doesn't matter. We went to one and it was unbelievably busy.
Oh.
Like, unbelievably.
Yeah.
Like, the lines just to get in the parking lot. Not to get to the gas pumps, not to park and go inside, but lines to get into the gas station parking lot. It was insane. So, yeah, a lot of people hated it. I do love Buc-ee's. The only problem is not widespread enough.
Right.
QT, I love a good QT.
QT would be my second. I don't know. I don't spend a lot of time at any of these places.
Well, you should.
But yeah, I don't know much about Flying J or Loves. I'm sure they've got.
There's a great Flying J. There's a great. I think it's a Love's gas station in Bloomsdale, Missouri, and you can go in there and you can get just about anything that you would want. Do you want a top hat that's somewhat hot glued metal spikes to? They have it. Do you want the helmet from the movie Gladiator? They have it. Do you want a folding knife that could double as a throwing star? Because they have it. Okay. Which one's best, apples or bananas?
Apples.
Apples. Really?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. All right, apples. Just because there's more variety to it. Which city would be the best one to live in? Seattle, San Diego, Chicago, New York City, or Dallas?
If we could remove it from California, I would say San Diego.
Yeah?
Yeah. Otherwise, I don't know it. Maybe Dallas?
I drove through Dallas not too long ago. It was very nice. It was huge. I didn't realize it. It's the fourth biggest metropolis in the United States.
Around Dallas.
McKinney.
Maybe not in Dallas. Yeah, because my addicts is there.
Yeah. And you Robin.
I'm a Robin.
Okay, this one's a good one. Which is the best kind of, what would you call this? Not a romantic comedy, but just like a...
Let's just say which is the best of these movies.
Which is the best chick flick? How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Clueless, Legally Blonde, or Mean Girls?
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Mean Girls. 100% Mean Girls.
I love it.
It's definitely Mean Girls.
Well, can you even put How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days in with these others? Like, Legally Blonde and Clueless are like Dumb Girl.
I gotta go with Mean Girls on that one.
I love How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Same.
And on the seventh day, God created the Remington bolt action rifle to hunt the dinosaurs and homosexuals. Amen. She doesn't even go here. I like it. I like it when the principal's like, I will keep you here all night. We can't keep him past 4. I will keep you here till 4. And he's like, come on, let it out. We can all talk about this. That girl goes, just because I have a wide set vagina and a heavy flow. He's like, I can't do this. It's so funny.
It's funny like, every time you watch it.
It's, oh my gosh, every single time you watch it. All right, what's the best ketchup? Heinz Classic, Hunt's, or Whataburger Spicy Ketchup?
Whataburger Spicy Ketchup.
Whataburger Spicy Ketchup. I couldn't agree with you more. All right. I think that's it.
Did you do Trolls or Home?
No, we didn't. We've already talked about Trolls and Home on this podcast already. We don't know half of these boy bands.
You know,
like
One Direction?
I'm too young for New Kids on the Block. I'm too old for One Direction and the Jonas Brothers. NSYNC and Backstreet Boys are really the only ones I was around for. And if we're going to be honest, I liked 98 Degrees. So, what?
I don't know.
I like
That song they had from Mulan slapped, alright?
What song?
Be true to your heart. You gotta be true to your heart.
Not hip and cool, Dad.
Shout out Nick Lachey. You think he could have bagged Jessica Simpson if he was singing backup for NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
One Direction has so many good songs.
One Direction is...
And we also know their names. They all have success.
I don't know any of their names.
Harry Styles.
Okay, I know Harry Styles just because
Zayn.
Harry Styles is the Justin Timberlake of One Direction. He went off and made a big success, and the rest of them are going to like wither up and die.
No, Niall Horan has some really good songs.
I've never heard them.
The whole world dancing, I'd still dance.
No thanks.
No, that's a great song.
Nope. Backstreet Boys.
All right.
I don't know any New Kids on the Block songs, to be honest with you.
Oh, what?
It's just,
I
remember it was It. And then Jonas Brothers was the only boy band I could think of.
The right stuff. I remember New Kids on the Block mostly from that Smash Mouth song.
Hey
New
now.
Kids on the Block got a bunch of hits.
Yeah.
Chinese food makes me sick.
Hey now, you're an all-star.
I don't know,
For the
but
summer.
NSYNC and
For the
Backstreet
summer.
Boys, those two albums specifically,
Bye, bye, bye.
that's not Bye Bye Bye.
No, it's
I
not.
just need
That was on No Strings Attached. Learn your history,
It's the only
child.
song I know. Okay, well, they expect us to know who farted at 4:07 p.m. on July 8th, 2000.
Wait, what?
I don't know. They expect me to know who made a peanut butter sandwich at 4:07 a.m. on July 21st,
What are you
1879.
talking about? What are you talking
I don't get
It was
taught.
Eli Whitney. He invented the cotton gin. What else do you need to know about history?
I know one history fact.
What?
One dude, he crawled a couple hundred miles,
One dude.
and he died in front of this big old rock. And now
Shout
it's a
out
famous
one
rock.
dude.
No, it's a famous rock.
Her little baby bag.
Stop! Don't tell my pain.
She got wings.
Stop! I cut them myself.
All right.
Haunted.
We gotta stop
Did you
before
do
they.
the
No, we gotta stop before they unplug the camera and we lose everything.
Go get the cat out of the
Why are you
bathroom.
mad
Ella.
at me?
All right,
Go get the cat.
babe.
Drink out of your
Cat.
She's. Oh, my head.
Get.
We have water in the kitchen.
All right. Love you.
Okay.
Oh, I love you as well.
Love
Thanks
you.
for doing this.
Thank you for doing this. Here, you've come to my space.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Bye, everybody. See you next week.